Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I am joined by the one and only Echo Gaming. We just got done doing a collab over on his channel, so make sure you check it out. We cover all the fine details of this new update. And on this one, we're going to be looking at the top 3 of our favorite additions to the game. Welcome, Echo. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. I just had a great time with you over on my channel, so I'm excited to be here and talking about our top 3 from the update.
Perfect. Yes, so we did collab a little bit, like we said previously, and we have mutually agreed on these top 3. So we're going to break down our opinions of each and why we think they deserve their spot in the top 3. So the first one, and probably the most obvious, is going to be pets. Pets is the newest addition to the game, or familiars, but it was so much detail that came into it. What was your initial impression, and how do you feel about them now, Echo?
My initial impression was, what are these all about? How do they work? Trying to figure it all out. I can't even say right now that I understand them 100% from top to bottom, from brand new to maxing them out, but I can say that I think they're pretty awesome, and I think that Blizzard did a nice job with it. I think they did it right. There's definitely a long time grind here with pets. This is not something that we're gonna just do right away, but I really like them, and as someone that is not a big PvPer myself, I just really get enjoyment out of using the pets, out of getting new ones, upgrading them for right now, and you know, enjoying them in a casual fashion. But how about you? What do you like about them?
Yeah, it's similar to yourself. I was so overwhelmed when they first came out. I feel like I have just recently started to get a decent understanding. I would not say that I have mastered it by any means, but the melding and conversion was definitely very confusing, and it definitely seems like the most bang for your buck as a free-to-play or low spender is just simply sticking with conversion, which I was not doing at first. Seems like melding costs a little bit more and it gets you less value. So ultimately, I love pets. The artwork is fantastic. I love the idea that they evolve with the higher rarity that you get. So from a cosmetic standpoint, as you're going around the world, you can sort of like show off your, bigger version of whatever pet you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they added a decent layer, and to your point, a very interesting grind to the game.
What's your favorite pet, man? We didn't talk about that. What's your favorite?
So my favorite to watch with you is your cat, because once you pointed it out, I only hear the meow.
See?
That's the only thing I hear now.
I know.
But my personal favorite would probably be the little dragon at the bottom right that you have right there. Yeah, I don't have him at second stage yet, and I would love to see him flying around with the fire head. That looks really cool.
Yeah, I actually haven't. See, he's like a normal, right? And my others are rares. Is that how that is? So I didn't even do anything with him because I didn't know if it was worth it. But I like my cat.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's just a baby. But I like the cat because of the shield. The shield is
Yeah.
the only one that's going to actually shield you, and the shield on break does do damage as well. So that's kind of cool. You're getting damage out of it also. But being shielded and up in everyone's face as a Crusader is pretty cool. But you're probably right. As a wizard, you kind of stay back. You probably don't need the shield as much. Yeah, cool, man. What?
Yeah, I think the cat's one of those things that it's good for probably almost all classes. So as you class change, you're never going to be sad about having additional shields. Whereas some of the other ones, like they pull them into you, and I think I forgot which one does that, but it does a pull in. And as a wizard, to your point, I was like, I don't necessarily want them that close to me. Like, don't do that.
yeah. You want to keep things away. You don't want anything close.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But yeah, all right. So pet was, pets / familiars were a phenomenal addition to the game. We both obviously agree to that. The second one for me on the list is going to be the new random events via the dungeons or the raids. That's something that most people are going to grind every day, if not several times a week. And now they added a function where you can randomly either skip to the end of the dungeon when it comes to the dungeon and then get some random treasure goblins that spawn, or the raid version where you, at the end of the raid, when you're collecting your loot, you basically get jumped by multiple is the word that was used in the patch notes of the different mobs or different bosses, which is really cool. I haven't had that happen yet. Have you been lucky and seen either one of these yet?
I have not been jumped. No, but no, I haven't experienced that part, but I have gotten the instant right to the boss.
For the dungeon,
twice.
sure.
Yeah, for the dungeons.
Nice.
And it's really cool. So for me, my favorite dungeon is Temple of Namari. It's the quickest, it's the least running around. And in that boss battle, there are 4 waves of bosses. So it takes you right to the final wave against Namari himself.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's the name, yeah. So so it's really cool. Cuts out a lot of time. There's a couple of treasure goblins that run around too, but essentially it's quicker dungeons, and it's just something that's exciting and fun, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Gotcha. All right, so we got to make sure for your raids that that you get jumped next time, so we can get that on video.
Odds are it's not going to happen. I mean, I'm going to have to swipe down quick and hit record. It's going to be a choppy video, but maybe for Twitter or something. I don't know.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I also have only had it happen twice for the dungeons, which I did enjoy. One of them I was actually live streaming, so I got to have a little live reaction there, which was fun.
Nice.
Have not had the raid happen yet, but apparently that's not. It's the opposite of the dungeon, where again it happens sort of at the end, and you get 3 more bosses that come. So that'll be a little interesting, and apparently it's supposed to be harder with more loot. So can't
Yeah.
wait for that to happen. But
Was
yeah,
wasn't it supposed to also happen in Elder Rifts as well?
yeah,
Or
I don't remember.
I don't
Not
remember.
sure.
I thought I recalled them saying that it could happen in Rifts, but if it
I hope
could,
so.
haven't seen.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen it if it could. All right, cool.
All right, last but not least, I was gonna say, we got the zone, which is beautiful, and our tower defense mode. Walk me through this. What do you think of the tower defense mode?
The tower defense mode is awesome. It's the first zone that has something that really has you coming back every day. We kind of discussed it, but we'll discuss it again here. You have other zones where like you have the carriage that comes through once a day, but it doesn't seem like it's as valuable as this. And maybe because this is brand new, but
Sure.
the tower defense mode is just fun, It's not the most difficult, it's not the most intricate tower defense game I've ever played before, but it's Diablo's version of a tower defense game. I will
Right.
say it's a little bit more difficult. Actually, it's a lot more difficult to use on PC than on my
yes.
phone. I find
Agreed.
myself having to like hover and then slide off quick to the right to choose, where on the phone,
Yep.
very easy to use. So that
I'm so
was
glad you said that. I had that same exact
Yeah.
experience, and I thought it was just me. I was like so stressed. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm trash at this game."
no, it's totally just how it works on the PC, which is totally usable. It's just I first experienced it on PC. I'm like, wow, this is not like smooth, but
Yeah.
definitely better on mobile. But it's cool because it has you coming back, and as you mentioned when we were talking earlier, it's something that has you coming back to the zone every day, and then
Yep.
after your 5 waves, when you complete it, you get your rewards. It continues for another 5 waves, but you don't have to be there. You leave because you can't upgrade anymore. Your tower slots are done, and you're all completely upgraded. So you bounce. You come back in an hour when you get the alert, and there's loot everywhere for you. This is a great tactic, in my opinion, by Blizzard to have people visiting the zone at least twice a day. That's if you don't get any bounties in the zone itself. So really smart, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, love it. By far one of my favorite zones in general. I think this was a great addition to the game. So far, I've averaged at least one legendary every time I do the event, either from the initial rewards or to your point after like the X amount of time of farming afterwards, which feels good. I have never gotten a legendary to use your example, the carriage. So it does feel like it's getting more rewards than other ones, and to be able to do that once a day is pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I am a tower defense guy too. It's honestly one of
Sure.
my favorite genres of game. And like I said, this isn't like the best one, but
Right.
it just fits. And I think they did a really nice job, like making something completely different, trying to work it into a way that it works inside of a Diablo world. So well
Sure.
done. I think we picked 3 really good ones, man. I mean, they were pretty
Absolutely.
big things, but I think we did a good job. Pat yourself on the shoulder.
There you go. Yeah, I think this update was fantastic, like we talked about in your video, and I'm going to put a link to that video, guys, in the description and the pinned comment. Make sure you check out that video after you're done with this one. There was so much to cover, but we did want to narrow it down for 3 for this video, and honestly, this update is so much fun. I'm having a great time with it. Thanks again, Echo, for joining. I really appreciate you. Always a pleasure working with you. And like I said, guys, in the description will be a link to his channel. I'm sure if you've watched my channel, you know who Echo is, but in case you're silly and you haven't, his link will be in the description. So make sure you go give him a sub and a like and check out his videos.
I just got a treasure goblin.